Hello, everyone. How have you all been doing? 1 second. All right. Now we're good. Keep forgetting to do that. How have you all been doing? Sorry for the late stream post, I guess, or late stream scheduled. I almost entirely forgot to do it until until right before the stream started. Hello, hello. Let's see. Can I fix my model a little bit? All right. Let's scoot a little bit more to the left. Hello. How have you all been doing in the last 2 days? Ah, because my day was interesting with a lovely doctor's appointment, but it was like, you doing okay? That's good. You were summoned to the stream. Hello. Um, Stress? Why are you still what? Has getting back from spring break been that much of a shock? Yeah, I had a doctor's appointment today, and oh, Tass, that would do it. Yeah, I that's evil. Getting back from spring break and immediately being hit with tests is evil. No, I had a doctor's appointment today, which just this is like the third time I'm saying this. But it was for a consultation. Uh, and you would think it would be fast because I was just there to talk to the doctor, meet them, and be like, "Hey, so this is how things are gonna go," and all of this stuff. Uh, but no, that was apparently wild, wild idea. Okay, did I have a doctor's appointment? No, actually, I did not. This was all just a fake illusion. Apparently, doctor appointments have to take forever when getting you into the back because I arrived 10 minutes before my scheduled time. I was given forms to fill out and I was like, okay, that's fine. And it took me around 20 minutes to fill out those forms. There was a lot of paperwork and a lot of reading. Um, and I was thinking like, okay, I mean, normally they call me in during the form filling, but maybe they just wait this place's policy is to wait because it was a new place. This was my first time here. Maybe it's a new place. You never know. So maybe they just wait. So I filled out the forms, waited, and then like 20 minutes after I filled out the form, which was like 30 minutes after I actually got into the office and was like, "Hey, I'm here for my appointment." They finally called me out into the back, which God, the waiting room was a thing of its own. Like it felt weird. Like there were young kids it was in there, but I'm pretty sure most of the patients were like older folk. And I was just like, hi guys. Young in here. Young adult here. Don't see those very often, do you? But got to the back, immediately got an X-ray done. And then we got taken to like the actual like doctor room where doctor things happen. And the nurse immediately was like, here's all of this, here's all of that, here's all this information you need to know. And the doctor will be in shortly. 10 or 15 minutes later, the doctor showed up. Christ, by then I had already been there for like 40. Actually, I think it was like the meeting with the nurse was like another 10 minutes. And then the doctor took another 15 minutes. So it was like an hour by then. An hour had passed since I initially arrived. It was wild. But it's not the worst. I remember I have like my vision's not the best, but so I remember when I go to like my to one of my doctors for me eyes. It is like a 3 hour wait. They literally tell you prepare, bring snacks, bring drinks. You're gonna be here for like an hour or two, maybe three. And I'm just like, what? What is this nonsense? 3 hours for a doctor appointment that takes like 15 minutes. I talk to the doctor for 20 minutes. They make me wait 3 hours. It, it is it is nonsensical, I tell you. Who makes someone wait 3 hours? They're like, we got to review the charts and everything and make sure you're all right. And I'm just here like, well, I see you for 20 minutes and just for you to tell me, oh yeah, everything checks out. You're fine. You're good. See you in a year. It's, yeah. Anyway, that was sorry. That was my doctor rant. Nothing against doctors, of course. Gotta love them. Um, but yeah, on the current, bruh, hey, you know, me ranting about doctors is valid when they make you wait 3 hours, and another half an hour when you get into the back room where it was just like, all right, we saw you, we see you. The doctor is coming. 30 minutes later, we're here. For realsies this time. Um, but yeah, you're here for the Warhammer chat. You know, the thing I actually put in the title. I hope. Unless you're just here for me, in which case, aw, thank you. But the Warhammer chat. So, actual things I want in 10th edition. Or not, we are in 10th edition. What am I saying? 10th edition has had many flaws. I can tell you that. Uh, it has been. There's way too many rerolls. Money. What? 10th edition flaws is no. Uh, no to what? Um, but yeah, 10th edition has had many flaws from way too many rerolls to what else? Oh, I don't know. The delayed codex, the very late codexes. We need more rerolls. You get a reroll of one. You get a reroll of all hit rolls. You get to reroll all wound rolls. You know what I need? I need a unit that says that just. I need a unit that has the ability to just say rerolls all save rolls. That will be broken as heck. Make it annoying to defeat me. No, it. I was trying to create custom detachments just for funsies, and I gotta say, I have an extreme appreciation to the. I need rerolls for my rerolls. Imagine if you could reroll rerolls. That'd be crazy. Thank God that's not a thing. Oh my God. Just oh, it's like that witness those. Yeah, I did share them with you. Or um Pyrus's flare from last stream. Um but yeah, those there's got to be a special appreciation for creating unique detachments that aren't just re-roll this, re-roll that. Here's a and it's actually cool that for most armies you have an actual thing you can interact with and have fun with and strategize around. Although looking at Chaos, or not Chaos Knights, Chaos Knights. Well, Chaos Knights detachment not detachment. I'm thinking army rules. I was also trying to create army rules for fun. Um, that's its own mixed bag. Army rules suck. Most army rules are cool, but Chaos Knight's army rules suck. So do Custodians. Do you guys know what the Custodian army rule is? Because if you don't, I'll quickly explain it. Um, yes, pain. So, whereas Space Marines get the interactivity of point at target, say reroll all hit rolls +1 to wound, and like Chaos gets Dark Packs where you roll a battle shock save per unit and say I get sustained hits or lethal hits. Custodians get the better version of just when in melee, you can choose between lethal hits or sustained hits. It is not even how do I explain it? It's good. Don't get me wrong. Sustained hits and lethal hits in melee are really, really good. But it's just math. Here, let me demonstrate. Let me demonstrate. Let me demonstrate. So let's say you are fighting someone and you wound on 4 pluses. You just immediately go sustained hits. That's it. And if you actually not for 4 pluses. Wound on 5 pluses, you go lethal hits, sorry. And if you wound on 4 plus or better, just sustained hits. That's it. There's no more strategy here. That's it. That's all the strategy involved. There's no strategy. I mean, even for Oath of Moment, you have to think strategically of what's my biggest threat, and then just pew pew. And you get reroll hit rolls and reroll dead +1 to wound, you know. Like, this is not this above me, not a good army roll. Anything with battle shock is not a good army roll either. Poor Tyranids. Poor Tyranids. Once per battle, everyone makes a battle shock test. That's it. Nothing special. I mean, they also get Synapse, which is really good. But Shadow into Warp is not good. Yeah. So I'd like army rules to be more engaging. That's like my biggest problem with some of them. It's just engagement. I want to be able to do things and think tactically and not just be brain dead. I I walk forward, I do sustained hits, I do lethal hits, that's it. That's why for 11th edition, I am hoping that this is a little bit of words. I am hoping that they get the custodies get better army rules. So like more stances. Or something like that. Just just a suggestion. If anyone from GW happens to watch this video, just a suggestion. More stances. That's a easy place to start. Give us like -1 to hit. We're so agile. You can't hit us. Can't hit us. Nope. Psych. You hit on 5 pluses? Oh, 6 pluses it is for you. Although, there's one other thing I would like, which is, tankier Custodes / better Custodes. Let me move this. There we go. We don't need to see chat. Chat is irrelevant. But yeah, tankier Custodes or better Custodes. Simply because, hear me out here. Hear me out. I know Custodes are already a stat check army, right? They're already a big stat check army of. Do you have something that can penetrate toughness 6 or 7? Don't say it. Okay. um, do you have anything that can break that has a strength higher than those? No. Okay, you're dead. Bye bye. You're dead now. Rest in pieces. No, lazy. How could you? How could you, lazy? Um. But custodians are supposed to be the best of the best. And I wouldn't mind if like I brought less custodies, like 4 custodies max per squad, if it meant each one individually was tankier. It was tankier. Evil. And also they need to be more expensive. I get that it's like 220 points. It's been a while since I checked. One sec, let me quickly check the custodies. Data sheets. Let's see. So Adeptus Custodes, and then yeah, it's 200 points only for a unit of 5 custodian guard. You know, 5 of the Emperor's best chosen custodians or custodes, and they just cost only 40 points each. What? Like, I don't know how they are supposed to make it tankier now. Because I'll pull up the custodian guard data sheet. Because custodian guard already save on 2 pluses. They already have a 4+ invuln save. And they have 3 wounds. Maybe make it 4 wounds to make it more fair. Fair is not the right word here. I don't know. Or to compensate for an increased cost. That's what would work. Because if they make the save, if they make the save on a 1+, honestly, though, make the Primarch save on a 1+, and we're talking. Make the Primarch save on a 1+. That I want Hero Hammer, where the heroes run Warhammer. That's the kind of Warhammer I like. If Custodes saved on 2+ and had an invuln save of like 3 or 4, that's fine. Primarchs can save on a 1+. But they have to have the same invuln save of like 3 or 4. Make it so las guns can't damage the lion. Be truly evil. Just be lore accurate, GW. You wouldn't dare. One sec, taking a sip of water. Was I not supposed to take your suggestion seriously? Yeah. The Custodes. Here, let me pull up their data sheets. And then let me pull up custodian guard data sheet. And then let me pull up the lion data sheet. Just so we can compare the two. So the lion's data sheet is, well, save on 2 pluses, 3 plus invuln save, fights first. Oh my god! Yes! I know what to what to do to fix the custodies. They fight first! Why didn't I think of that? Yes! Guys, I'm not simping for the custodians. That'd be crazy. I would never. I would never simp for them. Awesome men and women of the Adeptus Custodes. All right, let's see. Let's shrink this just enough that I can fit. You don't need to see any of the actual weapons. That's not relevant. I want OG orcs. Wait, what do you mean by OG orcs? Enlighten me. Like lore wise, or like the Krorks, or are you talking about like orcs from a previous edition? Because if we're talking Krorks, that's War of the Beast. All right, custody save on a 2 plus. They have toughness of 6 for toughness of 9. Lore. Oh my god, you want the Krorks? That is evil. That's not that's not happening. 3 wounds versus 10 wounds, and then yeah. I think a small buff like fights first. Just a minuscule buff called fights first on the Adeptus Custodes. But what would they do for orcs? Increase the wounds to 2, maybe? But then we have knobs for that. You know what I noticed actually, whilst I was looking at datasheet stats? You only ever see 2 leadership stats. 6 or 7 leadership. Um and it's like it's weird cuz occultist has 7 leadership, but simultaneously guardsman knobs plus. You want knobs plus? Okay. Let me pull up the datasheet for knobs. It's gonna turn out knobs are already doing pretty darn good. Their model could use some. Yeah, they could use some better models though. Wait, actually, speaking of orcs, we know we're returning to Armageddon, right? So Yarick is back, right? I was right in my prediction. Orcs are the next villain, which means they might actually get the next refresh. And if the rumors are true, if you've heard the rumors, it's Blood Angels versus Orcs as the beginner box for 11th edition. Which would be sick, because then Orcs get their refresh, and Blood Angels get more stuff, because Space Marines obviously need more stuff. Yeah, it'll be great. We're gonna get so many things. We might even get a is the stomp already plastic? Let's see. Nope. All right. But yeah, we might just get so many cool things as orc players. And I might be able to snag a orc army for very cheap because someone's like, "Oh my gosh, I need to change out my entire army." No. That's just how it be. That's just how it be. Well, but yeah, I think next edition is definitely the villain is orcs. Well, I mean, we're returning to Armageddon, so yeah, of course, no, duh. But why the Blood Angels? We already have Dawn of War with the Blood Ravens. It's always Blood Angel chapter or Blood Angel successor chapter versus orcs. Why can't we be original for once? I don't know. It's weird. Um, no. When was it another faction versus orcs? I mean, I guess in Total War it was in Total War's trailer it was Ultramarines versus orcs. It's just Space Marines versus orcs, or Space Marine versus the. Why can we get Xenos on Xenos fighting? That would be cool. We don't get much of. We don't get much lore of like Tau fighting orcs or nonsense like that. Tau fighting Death Guard ended terribly for the Tau. Ended terribly for the Tau and great for the Death Guard. um. Well, let's see. Let's see. Let's do orcs army refresh. Oh, and one more thing. I think this would be cool, and they might do it. I don't actually. They might. They. I don't think they will. They're most definitely gonna refresh Catachan before they ever refresh anyone else. Um, but I'd love to see it anyway. Armageddon. I don't know how to spell Armageddon. Steel Legion or Steel Core? Was it Steel Core or Steel Legion? Armageddon Steel. It was Steel Legion. It's Death Core. That's I'm confusing with. Yes. um. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. You know what would be funny? If they drop a Primarch at the next Adepticon. Just like, I don't know. Everyone's saying Perturabo comes back, or Lorgar if we're feeling a little fancy. I. Sorry, my voice is dying. I say, nah. Bring Lehman Russ, or if we're daring, Vulcan. Bring Vulcan back. Gonna mute and drink more water. What are you saying yeah to? Vulcan returning, or Lehman Russ returning, or because you want Vulcan to return? Is that, I presume? Vulcan would be a great Primarch to return. Huh. Volk? Yeah. Vulcan's the best. Um Vulcan's the best unless you're collaborating with Xenos or are Xenos. Then he's not the best. Vulcan has some problems he needs to work out. But that's just how it be. I don't know. I hope he has a growth moment where he's like, if Vulcan comes back, I want that to be the catalyst that really spurs on working with Xenos and the Imperium. Although then that would ruin the Imperium. It would be called woke and then all this, all of that. I don't want to get into politics, let alone that of how it goes between Warhammer. But you know what really got the masses stirring that I saw? Female custodies. uh, Personally, I really like female custodies. I think the introduction could have been done a lot better. Like they should have released when they announced female custodies, they shouldn't have just dropped it as a lore side bit. They should have dropped like more models for it. They should have dropped like the Tives episode that they had with the female custodian or custodies. There was just so much they could have done differently, and it would have gone so much better. Alas, that is not what they did. But I still like the addition of female custodies. What are some things you guys want for 11th edition? I'm curious. Besides Orcs Army refresh and Vulcan returning. What are some things you guys want? Cuz another thing I want to see is leadership changes, like morale changes. They're definitely going to change it in my opinion. So, battle shock slash morale system change. They're definitely going to change that. Steel Legion? Okay. Yeah, that's fair. But it's already on the list. You got to come up with your own thing. You can't just copy off the teacher's work and say, Dark Admech. Okay. I have some things to say about that. I disagree heavily. I don't think there should be another faction right now. I do not think that there should be another faction right now. Simply because. One sec while I reposition this. There we go. Simply because if you look at the Warhammer store, you'll realize just how many items are considered out of stock. And just how many items are considered like just out of your range or like out of like the ranges just aren't fully stocked. I'll get to you in a second, lazy. So adding another faction is just more models that they have to build and work with. Although I guess Dark Admech wouldn't be the worst. It'd just be Admech stuff. But then people will request like actual unique things. So it's just not fair. Like I think I heard news that GW was building a new factory, but last time I checked, that factory ain't done. And if that factory ain't done, they're not producing anything new. Um, yeah. You don't know what you want? It's okay, CA. You have time to think about it. Um, but lazy. You want your shadow sword to go through buildings? Honestly, I hope they change the rules of Titanic. Every Titanic unit should have the like same ability of super heavy walker, where they can move through terrain. It just makes sense. Why can knights do it, but not like a shadow sword or a bane blade? Or I think gargantuan squigoffs can do it, but not maybe. Let me double check. Let's see. Gargantuan squigoff. Oh, I also want a gargantuan squigoff. That'd be funny. um, if there's any lag, do tell. My overlay is a little glitched because they changed the UI. And yeah, it is. I'm trying to get the best signal I can. Let's see. Gargantuan Squigoth. No, so even something less big as the Gargantuan Squigoth can't move through terrain, but Knights can. That makes no sense. It just it just makes no sense. Knights can move over terrain that are 4 inches or taller, just as long as you roll like a 1d6. And if you don't get if and even if you get a 1, it doesn't stop you. It's just like, oh, you're battle shocked now. No mortal wounds, no anything. Just wow, walking through that really shook you, didn't it, buddy? um, I don't know what I would do to rework the battle shock system. Because battle shock needs to have a lot more significance than what we currently have. But letting your Shadow Sword have a commander, I mean, don't you have Lord Solar Leontus? Huh? I stepped on Legos? What? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I understand. Okay. Yeah, no, it just Knights walking steps on Legos. I don't think there is a current commander for it, but Lord Solar Leontus can give orders to Titanic units. Um, and that's pretty good already, as far as I can tell. It just I don't know. I think there should be a Baneblade commander. Probably. It would make sense now that I think about it. There should be a Baneblade commander. I don't know what they do though, and I don't know how durable they'd have to be if the Lehman Russ commander. What the Lehman Russ commander gets to shrug off an attack, a singular instance of an attack. Excuse me. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. Lehman Russ commander. Let's see. No, it wasn't the Lehman Russ commander I'm thinking of. It's the Rogodorn commander. Nope. Sorry. Oh, I'm thinking of just a regular Rogodorn. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, no, that's I don't know. Beyblade Commander would have to give out orders too. That's the weird part for it. Hmm. Oh, and there's one very crucial thing we are forgetting because it was so irrelevant in 10th edition. Flying units. And I don't mean just regular flying units. My eye is really itchy. What the hell? I'm gonna try not to. I don't mean flying units. Aircraft units. Because Lord knows that aircraft are so irrelevant. What are you saying oh no to? My eye being itchy. it's so over. Turns out it's cancer. No, but aircraft units. Aircraft units are great. No, they're not. No, no. All aircraft are really bad this edition. I don't know why. Like, why are aircraft just abysmal? Yeah, it's like it just aircraft should be have an impact of some kind. I know a friend tried to use aircraft in like tabletop sim, and it was surprised that they were uh, like absolute trash. It just isn't good. And there's no helping it. Um, yeah, that's just how it be. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know how they could fix it though. I think they should, if they're gonna be as bad as they are, mm, if they're gonna be as bad as they are, they should at least be cheaper, in my opinion, to compensate. That's the easy route out. But the hard route is actually fixing the problem and making them viable. Because if they're too cheap, then they're must takes. Ay, ay, ay. Hmm. Yeah. Let's see. What other gripes do I have with 10th edition? Oh, codex releases. God. Faster codex releases. Personally, I'm of the opinion that codex releases should be faster. Because it's not fair when 2 years into the edition. One sec. 2 years into the edition of 10th edition, like Knights finally got their rulebook. And it was first Chaos Knights in March. And then Imperial Knights didn't get to see theirs till like August. That's not very fair. And like we have less than a year. We have half a year to see the next edition, and it's only gonna last 3 years. Codex has got to be faster than that. I don't care what they have to do to push it out. The codex could be a little rushed, truth be told. I mean, I know they like quality, and I like quality. Don't get me wrong, but in this case, it feels like a DLC simulator. It feels like one of those games that releases, like a Paradox game that releases, and then it's just like incomplete without all of the DLCs you need to buy. But the DLCs haven't even released yet, so you can't buy them if you want to complete the game. It's just not fair, to consumers, to players, to all of that stuff. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Sorry, my OBS just glitched out for a second. Yeah, I don't know. I think they could do some things better. Um, I don't think I can come up with anything else. Maybe I don't mind balanced data slates coming out every like 3 months. It's not bad. I mean, it just shows what army's getting nerfed next. But then again, if they keep up the theme of Astra Militarum keeps getting strays, then I mean, then it's really unpredictable who's actually getting nerfed next. You know what I mean? Uh, so yeah, you ever figured out what you want? Because I think this is a pretty good list. Actually, orcs on Terra, the mythical purple orc that exists on Terra. That would be cool. Let's see. I have an idea. Let's do. because I have played Chaos Knights. Chaos Knights. Better rules, please. For those unaware, Chaos Knight's entire rule relies on battle shocking the enemy to death. Which, as you have seen from my complaints of how battle shock goes, does not work. Like, where did my, why is my, uh-oh. Uh-oh, my model got desynced. Uh-oh, that's not good. How did this happen? Ah, the chaos forces have hijacked my computer. This is what I get for blaspheming AdMech. Okay, technical difficulties. Be right back. I got worried for a second there. It wasn't reconnecting. um, yeah, like a dice roll for when you're battle shock. If you roll a 1, you take damage. That's not a bad idea. God, that would actually make it Chaos Knights battle shock impactful. Yeah, I also got worried because I thought my VTuber or model wasn't working. Or I thought my, sorry, I thought my, thought the cable connecting my camera to my computer was not working, and it just JT VTubered me. I'm just a regular YouTuber now. Nah. But yeah, Chaos Knight's entire thing is battle shocking you to death, where they literally just -1 leadership. That's it. -1 like, and then you get auras that stack, or you can have an aura of 9 inches for leadership, and then it builds up, but it's not particularly good. I Hey, I wish. I wish it was better. Phew. I'm gonna have to end stream a little early today. My voice is like actually suffering. I wanted to pull it through for you guys, but I think I've reached my limit. So I will have to be saying my goodbyes right about, well, now. Yeah, sorry for such a much shorter stream. I don't know. I thought I beat the sickness over the weekend, and then I guess it's coming back a little worse for wear. Oh well. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I hope to see you all next Tuesday, where I will be streaming again. Yes, thank you. I will get plenty of rest. Be safe out there, everyone, and bye bye.